we're in a very interesting spot when it comes to Shiba Inu. We've talked about, fundamentals, we talk about charts, and right now the charts have not been helping us out. The fundamentals have, and this is why Shib has kind of gotten into this area where it's trying to make a decision about where it heads to next. And I want to talk about two specific things that can help Shib or hurt Shib in the meantime, because what we're seeing right now is this next breach for Shib is the one that should in fact be very explosive. And we've seen this before. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So looking at Shiba Inu currently, where we are at from a chart standpoint is we're in this big descending wedge. You guys can see it continues to target the downside here. And the deeper these things get, the more explosive they can be to the upside. All right. I'm really hoping that we don't get down to 4011, which is about where the tip of this is. I'm hoping this doesn't take until the end of March, but just understand that that is the formation that we're in currently. And what's interesting here is we have a couple things going on. We have actually an impending death cross. And for those that aren't familiar with what that is, it's typically a bottom signal in terms of sentiment. It doesn't always indicate a bottom in terms of price. Now, that being said, what that could mean for Shiba Inu is we may see some more downside here. All right. Not a guarantee, not to, spread FUD or create fear or anything like that. Shiba Inu, historically speaking, has not done exceptionally well through these death crosses. For example, when we take a look back here, all the way back in July of 2024, we can see that we went on a big drop. Granted, that was the summer of 2024. It was crap times in the market. We had a lot of negative sentiment flowing around, and fundamentals weren't quite what they're doing right now. That was a very exhausting time. Well, granted, it's exhausting now too, right? Now, what's kind of interesting here is that Shiba Inu, it's very difficult to see. This 20-day moving average, this focal point of resistance is actually sitting right on our trend. That indicates that this resistance, we have basically a double resistance that we're fighting right now. And when you do in fact breach this, it tends to be very, very explosive. All right. For example, take a look at the last time we had both of these at the same point. You guys can see here, this led Shiba Inu to do almost a 10% move in one day. Because this is further down, because SHIB price is suppressed even further down into these levels, this move can be very quickly, again, up to 4020, can be up to 4024. Again, this isn't to guarantee your financial advice or anything like that. Just know that SHIB wants to break to the upside. And now we've kind of settled into this block here, right? Our gift zone. And we're trying to essentially make our way. So know that it's possible that if we get negative sentiment in the market, SHIB could get pushed down just a little bit to the downside here. All right. I'm not ready to call down in this range yet. And the reason why is we're actually seeing optics improve for Shiba Inu. So when we look at over the last 24 hours, believe it or not, SHIB is the 11th most searched asset, most visited asset on CoinMarketCap. So what's interesting is a lot of these optics for retail, they're shifting back to blue chip assets. This can be tracked in the most visited coins. This can be tracked in the trending coins as well. We can see a big bulk of these are the multi-billion-dollar assets. Now, Shiba Inu here actually comes in at number 30, which isn't surprising because SHIB, again, over the last 30 days, down about 26%. So it gets kind of shoved down this list here. It's not really a trending coin right now. But this is something that really people need to pay attention to. What are people looking at? What are they visiting? And again, it's starting to target more of these blue chip assets. That's my positive spin on this, right? Right now, the optics are shifting. People are shifting away from, BTC and the absolute degen plays, that barbell formation, like I've talked about in some of my ADA videos, and they're starting to consolidate more again in the middle. And the biggest thing we need, again, is just that switch to flip for retail excitement, that switch to flip for capital to start flowing in from outside the space. This is the point where Shiba Inu can make a big face melting move, just as it did, back here in the summer or back in September of 2024, just as it did back here in November of 2024. That's kind of what it really feels like we're prepping for. Now, this isn't a guarantee. This isn't financial advice or anything like that. So yes, I did talk about, hey, we could have some downside. Hey, we could have some upside. And again, it's a question of what wins. Do the fundamentals take over and start to move to the charts to the upside? Or do people begin to freak out again and start to dump their assets like crazy people, right? I say crazy people because, we know what comes next in this market. Big adoption, big excitement. It hasn't hit yet, guys. We haven't seen up only season. We haven't seen this big trigger for adoption in the market. Do we think that that's just going to stop now and just not happen? Or has it just been pushed slowly back? And is this energy in fact getting compressed while we're dealing with, major search optics in the space, while we're dealing with an embrace here in the US for crypto in general? It's going to become a big deal at some point. It's a question of, is it right here? Is it right here? Is it right here? Does it take until the summer, right? And these times will exhaust you 100%. That's why I've made videos talking about this. This is why I made a video saying, hey, is this the hardest bull market cycle we will have ever been through? Now, what I will say is that, this market cycle is a little bit different than ones in the past. And the reason why is there is more retail here than ever. And what that means is that retail is very much driven by emotion. They tend to freak out when it comes to bad news in the market. And what this has led us to do is had a lot of these runs stifled because retail can't hold their bags, because they don't know how to sit through some of this bad news and just take it on the chest and just wait for the rebound, wait for these things to start working themselves back out. Okay. So what I have to say is that things will in fact get better. It sucks being patient. I get it. I would love for stuff to happen right now. There's a lot of different nuanced things going on in the market right now. And once retail finally calms down, once we get some clarity in terms of crypto regulation, once there is this overall positive sentiment that takes back over the market, that is when Shib will likely have one of its most explosive breakouts in this bull market cycle yet. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.